What if I told you that when Sinhala cinema was still in its infancy, a Tamil entrepreneur from Jaffna chose to invest in its future? He helped produce some of the earliest Sinhala films, including Asokamala and Kapati Arakshakaya. He built the iconic Regal Theatre in Colombo and the Clifford Pavilion in Nuwara, and he also owned the Majestic Cinema and became the first Sri Lankan to screen American films on the island. Who was this man who crossed cultural lines, broke monopolies, and built an empire that still shapes Sri Lanka's corporate world today? A senator, a confidant of Sri Lanka's prime ministers, knighted by both the Pope and King George VI. In today's video, we'll be exploring the remarkable life of Sir Chittambalam Abraham Gardiner, founder of Ceylon Theatres Limited and a true pioneer of modern Sri Lanka. Well, to understand who Sir Chittambalam Gardiner really was and how it all began, we need to rewind and go to the very beginning. He was born Chittambalam Abraham Gardiner on the 6th of January 1899 into a Tamil Christian family in Jaffna to Samuel Vairamuthu Gardiner and Saloma Pillai, the daughter of Gabriel Pillai Bastian Pillai. He grew up alongside his brother Anton Gardiner and his three sisters Anne, Amy and Ignace. He received his primary education at St. Patrick's College, Jaffna, and when his family later moved to Colombo, he continued his studies at St. Benedict's and thereafter at St. Joseph's College, where he excelled academically, particularly in Latin. Such was his proficiency that after completing his schooling, he briefly served as a teacher of Latin at St. Joseph's College, Colombo. Apart from Latin, he was also highly proficient in Tamil, his mother tongue. His command of the language was so strong that when he enrolled at the University of London to pursue legal studies in preparation for a career at the bar, he chose Tamil as one of his subjects, a reflection of both his academic confidence and his deep connection to his cultural roots. However, during this period, he also developed a keen interest in business ventures. What began as curiosity gradually turned into ambition. Drawn to commerce and enterprise, he shifted away from the legal profession and devoted himself fully to business, a decision that would eventually make him one of the most outstanding businessmen in early 20th century Ceylon. His greatest and most enduring contribution was to the entertainment industry. In 1928, at a time when the cinema industry in Sri Lanka, then Ceylon, was largely dominated by the powerful modern theatres monopoly, Sir Chittambalam Gardiner took a bold and revolutionary step by founding Ceylon Theatres Limited on the 29th of September 1928. This marked a turning point in the history of cinema in Sri Lanka because it introduced local entrepreneurship into a field previously controlled by external interests. Gardiner focused on building modern cinema halls that offered improved seating arrangements, better projection facilities, and refreshments for audiences, thereby transforming cinema going into a sophisticated and enjoyable social experience. The Regal Cinema in Colombo became the flagship theatre of Ceylon Theatres. He also established Clifford Pavilion in Nuwara. Ceylon Theatres became one of the first Ceylonese companies to enter the film screening business and be quoted on the Colombo Stock Exchange. In the mid-1940s, as Sinhala cinema was about to be born, director Shanti Kumar Seneviratne sought the support of Sir Chittambalam Gardiner to produce Asokamala, hoping it would become the first Sinhala talkie. Gardiner agreed and the film was shot at Central Studios in Coimbatore in South India since Ceylon lacked the necessary studio facilities at the time. However, they have a strong competition. S.M. Nayagam, a South Indian businessman and chairman of Chitrakala Moviestone Limited, was simultaneously producing another Sinhala film, Kadavunu Porunduva. A tense neck-to-neck race followed between Gardiner and Nayagam to claim the historic distinction of releasing the first Sinhala talkie. In the end, Gardiner was narrowly pipped at the post. Kadavunu Porunduva was released on the 21st of January 1947, securing its place in history, while Asokamala followed shortly after, premiering on the 9th of April 1947. The third Sinhala film, Kapati Arakshakaya, was also produced by Chittambalam Gardiner. Nevertheless, by 1950, Ceylon theatres had grown into the largest film circuit in the country, controlling 69 permanent cinemas, 14 of which were located in Colombo. Another significant milestone in his cinema empire was the acquisition of the majestic cinema on Gaul Road, Bambalapitiya, originally established by Madan Theatres. Under the ownership of Ceylon Theatres, Majestic Cinema began screening popular American films from the 1930s onwards, exposing local audiences to global cinematic trends and further elevating the island's entertainment culture. Tambalam's business interests extended far beyond cinema. He diversified into major commercial enterprises and acquired a controlling interest in the well-known commercial establishment known as the House of Cargills or Cargills and Millers. In 1946, he incorporated this enterprise as a public limited liability company, thereby strengthening its corporate structure and expanding its operations. He also had an avid interest in automobiles, and in 1953 he expanded his business ventures by taking over Tucker & Company, which was later known as Tucker's Autodrome. Under his leadership, the company became the sole distributor of Bridgestone tires, tubes and flaps in Sri Lanka. Through such ventures, he demonstrated remarkable foresight and strategic diversification, ensuring long-term corporate sustainability. On the personal front, Tambalam married Angeline Chetty in 1923, the daughter of Aloysius Mount Chetty. The couple adopted a son, Cyril Aloysius Gardiner, who was the biological son of Tambalam's sister, Anne Aloysius, and Satyam Pillai Aloysius. Tragedy struck in 1949 with the passing of Angeline Chetty. 2 years later, in 1951, Tambalam married Letitia Abe Sundara. His residence was at number 12 Kinross Avenue, Colombo 4, a home that reflected the stature of one of the island's most prominent businessmen. Tambalam Gardiner was also deeply committed to public service and religious life. In recognition of his valuable services to the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Pius XII conferred upon him the prestigious papal honor of Knight of St. Sylvester in 1947, one of the highest distinctions granted to laypersons by the Vatican. He was also a proud recipient of the Order of St. Gregory the Great. In 1948, he was appointed to the Senate, the upper house of Parliament in Ceylon, where he served with distinction until 1953. He was also a very close friend of some of Sri Lanka's greatest political figures, including Sir John Kothalavala. In 1951, he was made a Knight Bachelor in recognition of his services to Ceylon. Beyond business and politics, Tambalam possessed a passion for horse racing and was a keen racehorse owner. His prominence in this field was highlighted in 1947 when his horse won the coveted Governor's Cup. Tambalam was also known for his active involvement in Rotary activities. He extended generous support to numerous charitable organizations, schools including St. Patrick's Chapter, and community initiatives, reflecting a commitment to social responsibility that complemented his business achievements. He was also a member of the Royal Asiatic Society Ceylon branch. Throughout his life, he remained deeply devoted to the Tamil language and literature and frequently spoke about its rich literary and historical heritage at international meetings and public events, taking immense pride in his Tamil ancestry. Tambalam remained chairman of Ceylon Theatres until his death in 1960. His contributions to the entertainment industry of Sri Lanka and national economic development were widely recognized. And in tribute to his legacy, Parsons Road in Colombo, where Regal Theatre was built, was renamed Sir Tambalam A. Gardiner Mawatha in his honor. Tambalam Abraham Gardiner was not merely a businessman. He was a pioneer who reshaped entertainment, strengthened corporate enterprise, contributed to public service, and left behind a legacy that continues to influence Sri Lanka's economic and cultural landscapes. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course subscribe to my channel. For sources, recommended readings, and image credits, please do check the description box below. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or historical topics you would like explored, please feel free to reach out via email at tuanzamirwrites@gmail.com. Until next time, this is me, Zamir Karim, signing off, uncovering history one story at a time. Take care and God bless you all.